You can start. I'm still trying to fix the audio, but Al's on. And he can hear, and we're on YouTube, so
We're good to go then.
we're good.
Okay. Happy New Year, Richland County. It's 9:30 a.m., Tuesday, January 2nd. First meeting of the new year. The Richland County Board of Commissioners is now in session. I'm County Commissioner Cliff Mears, joined by a host of folks here in the county courthouse. First of all is Commissioner Tony Vero, Daryl Banks, our clerk Stacy Crawl, County Administrator Andrew Keller. We have a representative from Congressman Jordan's office, Carolyn Bick is here with us, as well as Michelle Geese, Director of New Hope, and Luke Treber here in the audience, Carl Hunnell from Richland Source, and Al Lawrence from Journal. That wraps up here. First order of business is the swearing in of a new board member for Richland New Hope, Luke Treber, who has joined us. So with that, I will turn it over to Daryl Banks for the swearing in.
Right over here. Your right hand, I'm gonna read what you're pledging to and say I do. You solemnly swear that you will support the Constitution of the United States, Constitution of the State of Ohio, and that you will faithfully and impartially discharge your duties as a member of the County Board of Development Disabilities to the best of your ability, and in accordance with the laws, and rules, and regulations of the board now in effect thereafter to be enacted during your continuance in said office until your successor is appointed. If you agree to all those things, would you say I do? I do. Congratulations.
Have any comments you'd like to make? Luke or Michelle?
Yeah, we're thrilled to have Luke on our board. He represents people that we support through our programs, people with developmental disabilities. He's the third person that we have sworn in services, but we think he's going to be a great asset. He's an advocate for people. He will just be a great addition to our board. So thank you for accepting our recommendation and swearing in.
Thank you for taking on this responsibility. Carl, do you have any questions? No?
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Al, any comments on our new board member?
No, none other than congratulations.
Okay. Thank you both for coming in.
Thank you.
Happy New Year.
Here.
Well, next order of business is our annual Board of Commissioners reorganization, this being the first meeting of the new year. We can start that off by appointment of the chairman. I believe in the rotation, this would be Commissioner Banks' turn as chairman.
Motion to appoint Daryl as chair.
Second,
Commissioner Mears,
yes.
Commissioner Banks,
No, abstain.
Commissioner Vero,
Ooh. Yes.
Okay. Now, I guess the next point is to appoint a vice chairman. And serves me right, that would be Tony Vera.
Motion to approve.
Second,
Commissioner Banks,
yes.
Commissioner Vero.
Yes.
You just voted for me.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. Commissioner Mears,
Yes.
Commissioner Vero.
Guess I could vote for myself, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Want to set
As long
the,
as Daryl gets border revision, that's all that matters. Your turn.
Good year for her, right?
okay, so let's set the rules of governing of the meetings. I believe in your package you found what we had in the past.
Motion to approve.
Second,
Banks,
Yes.
Commissioner Vero,
Yes.
Commissioner Mears.
yes.
Then let's move to appointing an official voting representative, County Commissioners Association of Ohio.
Cliff did such a good job and Daryl is the alternate. I'd make a motion, we make no change and have you two do it again.
I second, you will.
I'll second. I'm fine with that.
Commissioner Banks,
Yes.
Commissioner Vero,
Yes.
Commissioner Mears.
Appointment of land bank with alternatives,
Alternates?
alternates.
I suggest no change.
No change, myself and Cliff, I'll make that motion. We need alternates with Stacy and Daryl as all.
Yeah, right. And I'll second that.
Commissioner Banks,
Yes.
Commissioner Vero,
Yes.
Commissioner Mears.
Okay, can we get a motion to pass a motion to for annual meeting training expenses for 2024?
Moved.
Second.
Thank you.
Banks.
Yeah.
Commissioner Vero,
Yes.
Commissioner Mears.
Yes.
Appoint District 16 representative and alternative, and that would last from May 1st, 2024 to April 30th of 2027. This is for regional planning.
Motion to make no changes, Mears and Banks.
Second.
Commissioner Banks,
Yes.
Commissioner Vero,
Yes.
Commissioner Mears.
Okay, let's have a review of department representatives.
I think we got a good rotation together. You guys want any changes? I don't see anything.
I'm good with it.
Motion,
Motion.
Second.
Commissioner Banks,
yes.
Commissioner Vero,
Yes.
Commissioner Mears.
Okay, then we have appointments to boards. How many, what is it, 40 some that we make appointments?
I show it's 45 now. I was looking at it this morning, doing a filter. Stacy also provided it.
I have the short version.
Right. We got a lot there. Hold on a second. For some reason, my thing's not working here. Okay, hold on.
I do have one suggestion for the Board of Health Advisory Committee. Currently, that's me, and I would recommend,
It goes to the board chair. So it would be Daryl.
oh, I see. Okay. I didn't realize I was a board chair.
If you really want to keep it, we can make an exception.
Hold on a second. I'm doing a filter right now. You guys give me a second. Yeah, so the board chair would do so I show 911 Planning Committee, Daryl. Data Processing Board, Daryl. Banks and Mears would be the Board of Revision. Daryl, you still want, obviously Destination Mansfield, correct?
Yes.
We did the District 16 already. I show I'm on DMI. The Erie Basin, Daryl, does that still meet?
Yes,
Okay.
just 4 times a year.
I show that's still you. Cliff, you're the Health Insurance Committee.
Mhm.
General Health District Advisory Council is the current board chair, which would be Daryl. What about the Investment Advisory Committee, Stacy? Don't we
You
usually?
can do what you want, but it's usually chairman, vice chairman.
Right, so that I do show that's
Thanks in Vero.
right. See here,
Land bank, I wouldn't make any changes there.
we already did that.
We already did that.
Excuse me.
You're good.
LEPC, I show Mears.
I'm fine with that.
Local Corrections Planning Board, I show Banks. Microfilming Board, I show Daryl. Carol, you still want youth and family council?
Yes.
I'm business friendly regulatory group. That's me. Lead RCDG, which isn't a voting thing, but I saw all three. Records Commission, I show the board chair. Extension Advisory Committee, Richland, I show all three, but that's not a formal voting board. And we have Growth Corp, I show Commissioner Banks, is that correct? Regional Planning, I show Mears with Jody Schumacher. Is that correct?
Mhm.
Same with the executive committee there. Daryl, I show you're on soil and water,
Solidly.
solid waste, excuse me.
Yes, I am. We'll continue that.
Then workforce board is all three of us, is that correct?
Yes.
Any questions, concerns?
Good.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Thanks.
Yes.
Commissioner Barrow,
Yes.
Commissioner Mears.
Yes.
Okay. Down to other, and we have ARPA funds annual resolutions. And we are to approve resolution for micro purchase gold. Let's do that one first.
Anything?
Something the commissions have annually done since the inception of receiving the ARPA funds. By setting the micro purchase threshold at $50,000, that increases your flexibility in being able to make small purchases. Without going through formal. Recommended.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Commissioner Banks,
Yes.
Commissioner Barrow,
Yes.
Commissioner Mears.
Yes.
Okay. Then can we get a motion to approve a resolution for simplified acquisition threshold?
So moved.
This is also ARPA.
Struggle with the verbiage on this, that $250,000 is classified as a small purchase, but I will second that.
In the scheme of the federal government, with
It is.
not saying that in pejorative towards Congressman Jordan and his staff, that is definitely not a large amount.
It's all relative.
Thanks.
Yes.
Yes.
Commissioner Mears.
Yes.
Okay. And can we get the record of proceedings for December the 28th of 2023?
I would like to propose an amendment on tape 0.16.49. Where it said stated Commissioner Barrow stated every budget approved had an increase. The correct statement was every budget that requested an increase received an increase. Cause I do believe there were some budgets who did request less. So I think that was stated right. That would be my proposed amendment.
Second with corrections.
Commissioner Banks,
Yes.
Commissioner Barrow,
Yes.
Commissioner Mears.
Yes.
Okay. It's now 9:44 and the Board of Commissions will have to recess until 10:30.
Questions?
Before we recess, we have questions. Sorry, Carl.
I think as much as I'd like to think I can create a story out of an improvement of the micro purchase threshold. Gotta dig a little deeper into just, if you guys could, each of you share your goal for this board for 2024, what do you want to see happen? What would you like to see happen, and what do you think the biggest challenges are going to be in the year 2020?
Well, what I'd like to see is to continue to be financially responsible and to not only for this year, but to carry on a manner that would allow the assets of the county and the citizens of the county to
be rewarded with longevity in our financial planning and assets that we have to maintain them. One of our biggest goals that I've personally been working on for quite a while is the clerk of courts. Get that complete. Up to the third floor, build a new courtroom, and then we've all been quite involved in planning some upgrades to this building to make it more better place to do business.
In line with what Commissioner Banks said, now Chairman Banks, in line with being good stewards of taxpayer dollars and being financially responsible, we've got some discussions upcoming about our wage studies, compensation packages for our employees. Wage scales need to be expanding on our current wage rollout. We need to take a good look at those numbers to the current economic conditions and the environment we're all in, which is, I think, by all accounts, unprecedented. That's number one. We're going to have a lot of discussions on this. We want to do the right thing, but also in line with Chairman Banks is we've got some money set aside in capital, and we've got a lot of things that I feel we've let go for a long time, particularly in terms of capital. So I'm looking forward to having some of those changes. Fortunate that we I think have been responsible enough to have the money set aside to do those kinds of things. I think part of it is going to greatly enhance the image of the county, particularly with signage. I've mentioned this to Commissioner Vero before. I think signage makes a big difference. You'll be able to easily recognize a county building within the county with the signage and consistent color schemes, fonts, and it seems like a little thing, but to me, it's a big thing. So those are the two things I'm looking forward to seeing this year.
My goal, couple goals, economic development is a big one in development of our county. If you look around the county, and I think that falls in line with the new Mansfield mayor, has an economic development background. If you look, we even have additional development on our busy corridor in Richland County and Lexington Spring Mill. There's talk of proposed development on Possum Run out there near Walmart. Westinghouse, obviously subjectively, is a huge priority of mine. It's been a priority of mine for several years. We got it down. Now let's see if we can turn that site into something. Having 14 acres come online in your downtown area, it's not something that happens very often. And it was once arguably the most thriving part of the city of Mansfield. And so seeing what we can do there is important. And then obviously we talk about the growth where the indoor soccer complex is in that corridor along 71 as Intel comes along. We're seeing it now with hotels, some additional businesses coming in. I truly believe that soccer complex will ultimately change that area. Who knows how long? I think you'll eventually see that become 4 lanes. And then there's talk of proposed development out there, which Mr. Banks, as a member of the Valley, can speak to a little bit. So development seems to be the theme of Richland County. I said this on the New Year's Eve broadcast. I know how this sounds coming from a politician, but our population did grow, not exponentially, but it grew for the first time in decades. And I think you're seeing that happen and with new development coming in. So development is a big priority for 2024 for me.
And my annual question on this day, which I always have to ask, do you have any plans for having any evening meetings this year? Public might be able to come in and see the Board of Commissioners meet at a time when they're not at work.
I'll let the chair speak. Do you want each of us to answer that or just the chair?
I'd love to hear all three of you.
Okay.
I think we'll consider doing that. You've been asking that question for a long time. And I think maybe this is the year that we'll get it done.
I'll say thumbs down on that request because I think we have the technology. If somebody's interested in what's going on, they can always pull it up. They can watch it. They can hear it. They can refer to paper records. I think the technology is there. same thing.
Absolutely, open to evening meetings, would have no issues with it. The little one may be here with us if the wife has to work late, so she may sit on dad's lap again. I started in public service as a council person, so I had nighttime meetings then. I'm a night owl, as these guys know. I was watching the football game late last night at 1 a.m, watching Washington just try to give the game away. So I have no issues with an evening meeting. Not sure how many people would attend. We have day meetings because our meetings are not city council meetings. They require a lot of county employees or individuals who are here during the day. It is completely running the county. Whereas the city systems are a little different with the mayor. We can't do business unless it's in an open meeting. So that's historically the reason why commissioners meet in the day all throughout the state of Ohio. But I'm always open to an open meeting at night. So bring the coffee, Carl.
And a big share of the reason when I was on Mansfield City Council is that we had evening meetings because most people work full-time.
Right.
It's the only time they could come in. This is our full-time job. That makes a difference, I think.
That's what I have.
Okay, Al? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm used to doing that.
No problem. Al, do you have any questions?
As usual, Carol got all the good ones. The one thing I had, I don't remember seeing you appointing a new board member in a while. I guess it's just not familiar to me.
The what, Al?
The New Hope board member. I don't remember seeing an oath and an appointment like that. Is that
Well,
by law or?
Well, the law has changed in Ohio and that they now have to have someone who receives their services. And I think often they have sworn their individuals at their own board meetings. I think they swear them in there. But we were asked to be with them graciously, and we're happy to do it.
Do you know how long their terms are?
I do, hold on.
We already appointed him in another meeting.
Yeah, we did previously appoint him. This was a swearing in.
He's through 12/31/25.
I can't even do this. Here, hold on.
That might be because he's replacing somebody.
Please, Tara Miles.
Yeah, she stepped down. I'm trying to read my own writing. This is C 5126. See, here we go. $4 years, Al.
Okay. So all I had, like I said, Carl took the good ones. I shouldn't say the good ones, but the ones that.
Thursday, I'm going to call
Yeah,
on you
because-
first, Al, so you get ready.
You're welcome, Al.
Okay.
It's 9:54 and the county commissioners will stand in recess until executive session, discuss discipline and compensation.
Go.
It's 10:30 and the Board of County Commissioners are back in session. And can I get a motion to go into executive session for discipline? And then we will come back in a few minutes and go into executive session for another reason, but we'll go in and out.
So moved.
Second.
Commissioner Banks?
Yes.
Commissioner Vero?
Yes.
Commissioner Mears?
Yes.
Okay.
10:33, we're out of executive session and I would entertain a motion to authorize a 1-day suspension for tardiness.
So moved.
Second.
Commissioner Banks?
Yes.
Commissioner Vero?
Yes.
Mears?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, I would entertain a motion to go into executive session to discuss compensation.
So moved.
Second.
Commissioner Banks?
Yes.
Commissioner Vero?
Yes.
Commissioner Mears? I'm ready.
You're ready. Okay. It is 11:07 and the Board of Commission is back in session. And we want to get a motion on the floor for the wage increase to our scales. Motion.
At this time, I'd make a motion that we formally implement what we had approved during the budget season of adjusting our pay scales 3%.
Second.
Commissioner Banks?
Yes.
Commissioner Vero?
Yes.
Commissioner Mew?
Yes. And at this time, we have further business, although we are in the planning stage still. It is 11:07 and before WMFD gets
I've
set up.
got a question.
Oh, Al's got a question. Al, what is your question?
Yeah, how does this affect any union contracts? If at all?
It does not.
Okay, so this is for non-union people then?
Yes.
Now, is this the first wage scale adjustment for this year?
This year, yes, it is.
I would say yes. This is the first time we've been in session this year, Al.
That's. Let me rephrase the question. First in the series that are being reviewed.
The same scale was adjusted the first of 2023, 2.5%. And this year, today, we're moving at 3% again out. And it applies to non-bargaining wages.
Okay, is this? Hang on a second. Well, of course, I don't have your agenda up. Was this just for one department or for the whole county?
Scales are for the whole county.
Anybody that's participated.
Anybody that's participated, non-union employees.
Lori was present during the executive session regarding her non-union staff and how this wage scale would affect them.
I'm gonna ask you a question when I'm
Okay, that kind of answers my question then. Thank you.
Okay.
Carol, you can just restate for me, since I have you mic'd up now. So a 3% rate increase across the board, just kind of describe it for me. What action was taken this?
The action we took this morning was to raise our pay scales 3% above what they were last year. We raised them 2.5% at the beginning of last year. And that is for the wage scales apply to anyone who's non-bargaining unit.
And participated in the wage scales.
Yes, we had some departments that did not participate, so really the people that participated.
Okay, and could you, or maybe this is a question for Kelly, and if it is a question for you, let me move my mic over to you. How does it compare to other counties comparable to Richland County?
Other counties, that I don't know.
Okay.
Okay. Further business? It is 11:11. Commissioners' meeting will stand adjourned.